$1 into $91 million. I'm not talking about the latest meme coins. This actually happened with a legitimate asset. I'm going to get into that. But first, I have some really important news to talk about what's happening overseas. And it's leaving the US looking like a bunch of idiots, at least the government. All right, so major Chinese asset manager expects Hong Kong to approve spot crypto exchange traded funds for both Bitcoin and Ethereum as soon as Monday. In the meantime, Gary Gensler from the SEC is punishing Uniswap for what? Creating something that makes orderly markets and is impartial, unlike anything traditional finance has ever done. And so instead of getting the Nobel Peace Prize, they're getting sued. Crazy backwards place. That's for sure. All right, let's go over some craziness happening in the US, because Gary Gensler goes off the little guys, right? Not this. There's $23.4 trillion in the US banking system. The FDIC, why isn't Gary Gensler going after or anybody going after the FDIC from this? The FDIC has $122 billion on its balance sheet and a $100 billion treasury line of credit. That's only 1% of coverage. 1% is backing all of that. Guys, it's a Ponzi scheme. All of that is a Ponzi scheme. If you haven't realized that by now, come on, do some research. It's very open and straight in your face. All right, next up, we have Asia that is taking advantage of the West's stupidity. Asia is coming to the Bitcoin party. Hong Kong approves Bitcoin ETF. South Korea will approve a Bitcoin ETF. Chinese fund managers launching Bitcoin ETFs. Now, this is, in the meantime, we are at $71,000 on Bitcoin. And there's people that are bearish right now. And yes, I do expect there to be an open interest flush. That means a leverage flush. Big whales can see leverage players and they will flush them any chance they get. What is flush? Means liquidate them. If you want to see, I'm very vocal on Twitter at SirCryptoTips, and especially I've been talking about on my market updates on learningcrypto.com. I would definitely suggest you check that out. You also get to see our portfolio. All right, so now that you see what Asia's doing, they're kicking butt. They're going to be taken over. We have some really interesting news on what is happening with gold right now. So gold is trading like rate cuts are coming. So gold just hit just now, I think like 10 minutes ago, $3,400 or $2,400, which is the highest it's been ever. It's an all-time high. And I remember back in 2011, gold was at about $2,000. So it went up $300 or $400 in 13 years. So if you're holding on to Bitcoin, you obviously did much better. I'm not here to bash anybody, bash gold bugs or whatever, but I'm just saying, obviously Bitcoin was a much better investment. And speaking about gold, this is a really good, interesting tweet from Bitcoin Archive. And I did the research, I did the math on it. This is real. $1 invested in gold back in 2009 is now worth $2. Okay, this isn't a joke here. $1 invested in Bitcoin in 2009 is worth $91 million. So, man, like, don't tell Peter Schiff this, because he's going to be really angry at me bringing that up. But keep in mind that now that gold, here, let me throw this down. But now that gold is going up in price, do you know what's going to happen? Because gold does not have an inelastic supply. What's happening right now is that a lot of miners are given the heads up and going, hey, mine a crap ton of gold because gold price is going up. So that is what's going to happen. But with Bitcoin, no matter how much demand happens with Bitcoin, no matter how much people crave to have Bitcoin, no matter how many billionaires are out there that want to grab just one Bitcoin in the future, which they will not be able to, because, I mean, right now there's 60 million millionaires in the world. And, I mean, The majority of those people will never own a full Bitcoin. The emission rate is hard coded and programmed to only have 21 million Bitcoin out there. That is why $1 was you could have been turned into $91 million. This will never happen with gold for the rest of your lives. I can promise you that. Not only is it gold one of the most manipulated assets in the entire world, look no further, just do your own research. Google gold manipulation JP Morgan. Have fun reading the plethora of articles on that. But nobody's going to be able to create more and more Bitcoin. And even if they try to create, say, a paper Bitcoin, there's a blockchain. We can see every single transaction that's ever existed and all the Bitcoin that has been produced. Anyways, that's all I have. If you do want to check me out at learningcrypto.com, that is where you'll see our portfolio and when we are going to sell during this bull market, because we are going to sell probably a little sooner than most people out there, because most people, I think, are dead wrong in thinking we have a 2-year bull market. Anyways, that's another story. I will talk to you guys soon. Please like and subscribe. And the Fed.